Singapore is a global powerhouse, yet it's just a tiny red dot on the map, with almost no natural resources. How does this country thrive while others struggle? Singapore is a masterclass in efficiency. Whether in housing, infrastructure, or governance, the country does more with less. In 1998, B.J. Habibie, the former president of Indonesia, referred to Singapore as a tiny red dot. From my time in Singapore, it became very clear that the small country took this statement to heart. Almost every tour guide, business leader, and government official that we spoke with referred to the tiny red dot, but the implication was more proud than negative. Singaporeans have a palpable sense of national pride and a sense of stiff competition with other, much larger neighboring countries. We even heard the phrase, "If everyone in China spat on us, we would all drown." While America could be described as a country of cognitive dissonance due to its refusal to formally act on issues like obesity, mass violence, and homelessness, Singapore clearly stares reality in the face. Issues like water shortages, lack of resources, and congestion are acknowledged by both citizens and government, and the locals can clearly articulate the justifications for sometimes very stringent government policies. This clarity provides the foundation for the most efficient society I have ever observed. The streets are about as crowded as they could possibly be without significant traffic due to a certificate of entitlement system that limits cars on the roads. Over 90% of Singaporeans own their own homes, due to the fact that nearly 80% of them live in government housing. In fact, almost anything that you could think of that slows society down is basically non-existent in Singapore. From crime, to traffic, to homelessness, to a divisive multi-party political system. There is a clear acknowledgement that for Singapore to win, everyone must play for the same team. While this type of cohesion would be unthinkable in the United States, it is important to note that nearly 75% of Singaporeans come from Chinese descent, which explains the more accepting stance on government. And I can't help but wonder if that attitude would be different if Singapore had not undergone such dramatic success over the past decades. While the American in me does raise my eyebrows at the frequency of police cameras, posted fines, and rules upon rules upon rules, I have to acknowledge that the government is doing an exceptional job of delivering on its fundamental goals. The first goal of any government should be safety, and no other country compares to Singapore on this front. The city is incredibly clean, with beautiful public spaces that efficiently incorporate greenery to reduce temperatures and improve air quality. The mass transit system leaves almost nothing to be desired, and the government provides an incredibly effective housing backstop for its citizens. As a model of how state-led capitalism can improve efficiency and quality of life, Singapore is second to none, so long as you're willing to make sacrifices like giving up your car, throwing away your chewing gum, and smiling for the facial recognition camera.